Good morning, friends. I was thinking this morning about road trips. Have you ever been on a road trip, where you load everything up into the car and you hop in with your family and you set off on this wonderful journey? It could be a short one, it could be a long one, but you end up somewhere really cool. Well, I went on a lot of road trips with my parents when I was growing up, and I've been on a lot of road trips with my own kids as an adult. And I've talked to a lot of friends about road trips that they've experienced too, and they all seem to have the same thing in common. A whole lot of, are we there yet? This is so boring. I am tired of this. You woke me up to look at that? Are we there yet? It's all the same, no matter what. It seems that those are the questions that come up on a road trip. Well, I was thinking about probably the biggest road trip that I went on with my parents. I was in 10th grade and we were going on a trip to Colorado. We left our home in South Mississippi, drove through beautiful country all the way to Colorado. Should have been an amazing trip. But at the same time, my family was going on this road trip. The kids, my friends, and kids from school were going on a choir trip to Washington, D.C. And I wanted to be on that trip, not the road trip with my parents. I wanted to be on the trip with my friends because I just knew in my head they were going to have the most amazing time. So in addition to the are we there yet and this is so boring and I can't believe you woke me up to look at that, I had the thoughts of I want to be with my friends. I would rather be doing that. They're having way more fun than I'm having on this trip. I was not even a little bit thankful for that trip. And you know what my parents did? On the way home, they drove us across the state of Texas, the widest part of the state of Texas. It took us 2.5 days. This trip, I was pretty sure, was never going to end. To be fair, we saw some really cool stuff along the way. Saw some pretty parts of the country, saw some neat shops, just a lot of good things on the trip. But again, it wasn't the trip I wanted to be on. I wanted to be on that other trip with my friends because of course it was wonderful. Well, that happens a lot in life. Sometimes we get so focused on what we want, we forget to enjoy and be truly thankful for what we're experiencing. We spend so much time thinking about what might have been if things were different, or we think too much about what's going to happen next instead of remembering that today, that right now is a gift from God, and we should truly enjoy it, and we should strive to not waste it because there's so much good right in front of us. Well, it reminds me a lot of things that are going on today. This is a time of the year when we should be going on field trips with school. We should be enjoying end of the year parties. We should be going on overnights at church. All sorts of fun things that we usually look forward to that just aren't happening right now. We'd rather, instead of sitting at home, we'd rather be hanging out with our friends or going to the pool or looking forward to going on a trip ourselves instead of just feeling kind of stuck. Well, it's not the best situation, but it doesn't mean it's an awful situation. The Bible is full about stories and full of verses that remind us that God wants us to be thankful, to have a thankful heart. It comes up again and again and again in the Bible. And last night I came across two verses in particular that took it a little step further. One is in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 20, and it says, always give thanks to God the Father for everything. In 1 Thessalonians 5, chapter 5, verse 18, it says, give thanks in every situation because this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. Now, it doesn't say just be thankful for the good things, and it doesn't say just be thankful when things turn out the way we want. It says to be thankful for every situation. Because you know what? Even in situations that don't go according to our plan, that we didn't ask for, that aren't what we wanted, there's always good in them. Think about right now. You may not be able to hang out with your friends or go and do all the things you look forward to doing, but you've got all this amazing time with your family. You get to enjoy games together. You may not be able to see your grandparents the way you would like to, But we have this incredible technology that just like now, I don't get to see you guys in Sunday school, but I can talk to you because we have the technology to be able to stay connected with one another at this time when we have to be apart. That's something I'm very thankful for. Um, Even though things might not be going according to what we wanted, there's so much good in this present that we have right now. It's a time to slow down and rest. May is usually a crazy, crazy month, but we are able to just kind of take things slow and enjoy the day. We can look for those blessings in disguise that I talked about a few weeks ago, and we can find all sorts of things to be thankful for, like a rainbow at the end of a beautiful day, or the chance to sleep in on a cold morning, or the chance to make something yummy we haven't had in a while at home. All sorts of things we can be thankful for when we focus on the present, when we focus on the day that God has given us right now, instead of comparing it to what might have been or what could be in the future. It's a great lesson to remember for all of us, just to be thankful for what we have in every moment. And again, God spells it out in the Bible. Be thankful in every situation because there's always some good to come of it. Now, that road trip that I mentioned going on as a kid, when my friends went on the road trip to Washington, D.C., and I'm stuck in the car going to Colorado and all the way across Texas with my parents. Yeah, 2.5 days of going across Texas. I mentioned that, right? That road trip, I was sure that my friends were having the time of their lives, that it was the best trip ever. Well, guess what? When I got home and when they got home, I started hearing the stories. And you know what happened? Their bus broke down in 90-degree weather. They were stuck in a bus in the heat on the side of the road for like a whole day. They missed out on a whole day of doing all the fun things while they waited on a new bus. They were not having the time of their lives. They were, in fact, pretty miserable. And my friends all said, man, I bet you had a much better time than we did. And as it turns out, I really did. And looking back, I'm very thankful that things didn't turn out the way that I wanted, because there was so much good to be found in the situation I found myself in. So as you go into this week, if you're thinking about the things that you're missing, and the things that you're wishing were going differently, remember to be thankful. It just helps you to shift your mind and helps you see all the blessings in front of you with this gift that God has given us, this wonderful day. So look for all the things that you can be thankful for in this time. Love you guys. I miss you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.